Natural gas lines, hidden underground and out of sight, deliver vital energy to millions of Ameren customers. As a construction contractor, digging around these buried lines is often a necessary part of your work. Damaging a natural gas line can be extremely dangerous and costly. But with training and proper precautions, digging around buried lines can be done safely and efficiently. This program will describe the procedure Ameren, Missouri recommends for digging when Ameren gas lines are present. Each year, Ameren, Missouri experiences hundreds of instances where contractors damage Ameren, Missouri gas lines. While some result in much more significant damage than others, in each case, digging into a natural gas line is costly and will result in a repair bill. When natural gas lines are marked correctly and you damage them, you will be billed. More importantly, digging around buried utilities can have tragic consequences. Let's look at the recommended method to safely dig around buried gas lines and other underground utilities. The first step when prepping a job site before digging is to indicate with white paint the area where you will be digging. That way, when you contact the Missouri One call system, everyone will know exactly where you intend to dig. Missouri One Call, working with local utilities, will determine if any pipes, cables, or lines are buried in the area and get them marked. The 811 call system was developed to ensure that all utilities get marked before the excavations begin. The Missouri One Call system will email you a locate ticket, which will contain the date and time by which all utilities should be marked and you can begin digging. This should be no more than 2 business days after the day you called Missouri One Call. Beginning an excavation before the date and time on the locate ticket is a violation and makes you entirely responsible for any damage to underground facilities. When you're ready to start your excavation, you need to compare the locate ticket to the actual marks on the site. The locate ticket will indicate every utility that operates in the area. Before you can dig, you need to make sure that each utility has responded to the locate request. Utilities can respond either by visiting the site and spraying on the ground, or they can indicate it on the locate ticket. If the locate ticket indicates a particular utility is marked, but there are no markings on the site, do not begin the excavation. You are responsible for checking to ensure that every utility listed on the locate ticket has either marked their lines or indicated that they are clear, either on the emailed locate ticket or on the ground. If you determine that not all the indicated utilities are marked, call the Missouri One Call system and inform them which utilities have not marked their facilities. Missouri One Call will immediately contact the non-responding utility, and the utility will generally get back to you very quickly. But remember, beginning to dig without all the utilities marked is not only dangerous, in some instances it can be illegal. Once you are certain that all utilities indicated on the locate ticket have responded to the locate request, you are almost ready to begin digging. There's one final thing you have to check. Check the sites and flags to see if any of the markings indicate there are high-profile lines in the area. High-profile lines are larger gas mains or sensitive fiber optic lines, or any utilities where damage to that high-profile line could be extremely dangerous or costly. If high-profile gas lines are indicated, a representative from the gas company is required to be present when you dig. Usually, the gas company will contact you once they learned from Missouri One Call that you plan to dig near one of their high-profile lines. But if they don't, you need to contact them. Other non-gas utilities have different rules for how they handle high-profile lines, and they may or may not want to be present. But with high-profile gas lines, do not begin an excavation without a representative from the gas company present. If there are not high-profile lines present and all other utilities are marked, you could begin the excavation. Obviously, you will need to fulfill all the job-specific requirements concerning job briefings, personal protective equipment, and other required hazard mitigation, including ensuring all OSHA excavation requirements are satisfied. Now, let's discuss the markings on your job site. Some utilities will have marked clear, which indicates their lines are not in close proximity to the white outline where you have indicated that you need to dig. But it's important that you confine your digging to the area you have indicated. Utilities that have a line in proximity to the area you intend to dig will have marked where their lines run. But it's important to know that there is a tolerance zone of up to 24 inches on either side of the painted line, plus the width of the utility. So if the utility indicated a 4-inch water line, the line could actually be 24 inches, plus the width of the line. In this case, 4 inches, so 2 feet 2 inches on either side of the line. The utility could be anywhere within that tolerance zone, and at any depth. While there are requirements and standards for how deep utilities must be buried, requirements change over time. Soil could have been added or removed from a site, which effectively changes the depth at which you will contact the line. The painted markings in no way indicate the depth of a buried utility. In order to safely dig when buried utilities are present, you should always start with a hand shovel. It is entirely possible to encounter buried utilities just beneath the surface of the ground. So, using care, dig a trench perpendicular to the marked line. You only want to dig approximately 6 to 8 inches deep, but dig across the width of the tolerance zone. Assuming you do not encounter the line indicated, you can now use powered equipment. Set up so you can dig parallel to the marked utility and remove 6 inches of soil. Digging parallel to the indicated line reduces the chance of damaging the line should you unexpectedly encounter it. Be certain you do not dig deeper than the trench you dug by hand. Once the excavator has removed the 6 inches of soil, use your hand shovel to again gently dig another trench perpendicular to the indicated line. Assuming you don't encounter the utility, use the excavator to again remove another 6 inches of soil, again working parallel to the line. By repeating this process, you will eventually find the line with your shovel. At this point, you should clear some of the dirt from the line so that it is easily visible to the excavator operator. You can then use the excavator to remove soil while leaving several inches of buffer between the bucket and the line. Fittings, splices, and service taps may protrude out from the line. Leaving this buffer is important to avoid damaging anything connected to the line. Using a hand shovel, you can clear the soil from around and underneath the line, and then use the excavator to remove the soil. This is assuming there are no other utilities within the indicated dig area. If there are, you need to continue using the hand shovel trench method to locate the additional lines. Depending on the nature of the work, you may need to completely expose the located line. For instance, if you are excavating because you are boring a new line through the area, you will want to ensure the located line is clear of the path where the bored line will enter the excavation. The line should be fully exposed for both the initial bore and all reaming and pullback activities also. When your work is complete and it's time to backfill the excavation, begin by gently placing dirt underneath the gas line. This will ensure the line is properly supported once soil is placed on top of the line. The remainder of the hole should be carefully filled by replacing the removed soil and tamping on both sides of the pipe. If rocks were present in the soil, remove them to ensure they do not rest against the line. Over time, shifting soil can cause a rock to penetrate a line. If, while working, you nick or gouge a gas line, you should immediately contact the gas company. This includes scraping the steel coating or even scraping plastic pipe. Any damages to a gas line that are covered up could result in a gas leak. Damaging a gas line and not notifying the gas company could result in legal charges. If while working you discover a gas leak, regardless of whether or not you damaged the line, immediately evacuate the scene and from a safe distance notify 911. You should also call the gas company and Missouri 1 call. So to recap, to safely and efficiently dig around existing utilities, follow these steps. Ensure the site has been marked by all utilities indicated on the locate ticket. Gently dig by hand, perpendicular to the indicated line. Remove the soil, working parallel to the line, and then again search for the line with a hand shovel. Continue the process until the line is located. Use a hand shovel to clear the soil from the immediate area around the line. And if you do discover a gas leak, evacuate the area and call 911.